Hello everyone. So we're heading back to Dark Vision's Kokuryu fight for pretty much a concept team. I'm not going to be able to get a new high score myself. My Celes is only EX2, not EX3, but it's easier just to do this via video than trying to type it out. So, ice-based team, going to see what we can do with it. So, we have General Celes. So, base form is just pure damage. Resist, whatever, doesn't matter. We just need her to do damage in the base form. She starts in the shift and she only goes to base for the kill turn. So base is spirit and killers and limit damage. So I got 120 dragon, 170 reaper, 300 LB damage on her. Her shift, now we need ice resist, passive provoke, and LB fill. Also blue wave just to help with the getting the chain done. So in her shifted form, we have 650 fill rate boost, max crystals per turn. We're using the hat for 100% draw attacks, and she has 100% ice resist. We have Laura, so base is just dual wielding with the TM, and I gave her lion emblem. Her shift is a great sword LB build. So she has 175 dragon, 175 reaper, 300 limit damage. Then we have Guardian Blade Charlotte. Her base form is our damage form. So double handing great sword and focused on LB damage. 250 dragon, 300 reaper, 300 limit damage. And we're using the helm for her chain cap. Her shift form, we gave her Typhus' Spirit. And do wield with the scarf, just to help out with generating some crystals here and there. And Graph, so his base form, I give him the pouch and the paws. And Blue Wave. Blue Wave's the most important thing. The other things just help fill in LBs. His shift form is just damage. So he's got 225 Dragon and Reaper Killer. Stormseeker Esther, base form is the damage form. So we have 300 Dragon, 300 Reaper, 300 limit damage, and 80% evasion, which is important. Her shift, and she's starting in shift, is just full evade with some LB fill. Full evasion is really an important part for her shift form. And Zahn. So Celes is provoking the ice dot, so he could set up just for damage. And we got him set for LB damage. So 150 Dragon, 150 Reaper, and 200 LB damage. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, so Zahn is going to reflect himself. Celes is going to protect the group, which is going to reflect off Zahn onto the boss. Esther is just going to Magnus. Graph can eccentric. Laura needs to shift and get one stack in. And then Charlotte can just auto attack, generate some crystals. Alright, so turn 2, we'll get the chain done. So Celes gets to Blue Wave, Graph gets to Blue Wave, Lara goes to the base for triple hot shot. Charlotte, we're going to triple Hail. Esther goes to the base. We got to triple her SR, Bolting Impact. And Zahn is going to be SR Chaining Partner. So we're not using Charlotte's auto attack because it's not set up to chain, really. Alright, 100 chain taken care of. Alright, so turn 3, we're gonna buff the boss again. So, reflect self on Zahn. And Celes protects the group, which will reflect off Zahn. And that will just fade when it's time to kill. So that's the last time we'll be doing that. So Esther does base limit.
You can't escape the lightning. You got that?
Alright, Laura needs to get her second stack done. Second and final, because that's all she needs. Alright, Graph, we can just roar 3 crystals to everybody. Charlotte, we can just auto attack, I guess, with some crystals. Alright, so turn 4. Esther goes shifting, and we get Magnus done for cover everything. Laura goes to the base. She can just auto attack for LB fill. Graph, we can eccentric, it's fine. As far as Celeste is concerned, we can just rally cry, I guess. And then Charlotte and Zahn can auto attack, it's fine. Alright, Esther. Go to the base, triple SR to fill limit. And we're just getting things to line up now. So Celeste can rally. Laura can rally. Graph can roar. And then we can just have Charlotte and Zahn auto attack. Alright, so turn 6, Esther's going to do base limit.
You can't escape the lightning. You got that?
Now, if I had more than one Tyvus' spirit, Laura would do her cooldowns in base form this turn to fire and view and get set up. I don't, so she'll wait. So everybody else is just getting set up, so we'll just rally. Laura can rally instead of doing the cooldowns. Graph, eccentric is fine. And then Charlotte and Zahn just gonna auto attack this turn. Okay, so now Esther is going to shift. We're going to do Magnus just to cover everything up while we finish setting up. Charlotte. Maybe we'll have, let's see, we'll have Laura go next. So we're going to shift and we're going to do her Magnus for the 90% defense break. Charlotte now in the shifted form. We're just going to Slash and Gale just to use up the last cast. Magnus for the Imperils, and then a Knight that doesn't just defend for her LB boost and Reaper Killer. So now General Celeste is going to do her shifted limit burst for the buffs and imbue on everybody this turn. Graph. Yeah, we'll blue wave. So we'll have Zahn auto attack first. Or actually, Graph can blue wave first. Just need some crystals to go to Celeste, and then Zahn, instead of auto attacking, we'll triple his barrage, Vicious Strike. So between these actions and next turn, we need to refill Celeste's limit, which is why she has a bunch of LB fill stuff. Now she can fill it by half, which helps out. Alright, so turn 8. Esther goes to the base, so we need to Magnus, Energizing, and True Storm. Oh, yeah, the boss lost it by now. That's fine. I guess we could have done it turn 4, reflect in onto him, but we won't kill it. Alright, Laura goes to the base. So if we had a Tyvus's and we did set up before, we'd Tyvus now, but we don't, so Hotshot Explosive Keen instead. I'm going to have Charlotte do Tyvus's Spirit. Let's see, Celeste. Now, mine's only EX2. I don't have the good Dragon Killer, so we have to use the one that's only 100%. And then we're just going to use Opera to fill LB. It's 8 crystals per cast. So we get 30 from the killer and then an extra 8. Make sure that her LB is filled. And with that done, Zahn can now copy stuff. So Reflector. So I need to critical on Charlotte for the Reaper Killer buff. We're going to critical on Esther. This is more so for Zahn to get the 300% LB buff for himself. He can't spread it, but he's going to use an LB, so it will help him out at least. And we're going to project. And as far as Graph is concerned, he can just roar. Alright, so turn 9's our kill turn. So Celeste goes to the base for a limit burst. Charlotte, Laura shifts for her limit burst. Charlotte goes to the base for her limit burst. Graph is going to shift. So we're going to Quint cast, do the 4 boosts that don't add an element, and then his collapse cooldown. Esther does base limit, and Zahn does base limit. So we have to start Graph first. We let him cast 3 times, then we hit Zahn and Esther, and then Charlotte and Celeste. And then once the animation is over, we hit Laura. So 1, 2, 3. Others. So 9.5 with that. And that's with the 100% Dragon Killer instead of the 160 that her EX3 has, so effectively that's like 30% more damage we could do. So Celeste isn't that high overall. Everybody else is over a billion at least. Esther's obviously the highest. Graf is there just for a high damage slot. Laura there, we need the 90% defense break from, so she's doing decent damage in that. Charlotte, we're stealing the Reaper Killer from. So mine has 2 Master Crowns, so it's a 190 killer. It starts out at 170 and then 10% each boost. And Zahn's there, obviously, to steal the Reaper Killer. So overall, it's not too bad. I don't think it's going to be a rank 1 team at all. But it's fun to play around with. So there's the score that we get there. Not a new high score for me. But again, like I said, I wasn't expecting much with only EX2 Celes. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.